Hi, my name is Thomas Cook, and thanks for tuning in to today's Real Estate Minute. Our special guest today is Stephanie Matheson from TD Canada Trust. And the question we're going to talk about today is using the federal government's home buyer plan to gain a down payment, save a down payment, and get a tax refund at the same time. So Stephanie, one of the main questions is, why do people suggest using their RRSPs for a down payment?
The RRSP is by absolute far the best way to save for the down payment of your home. And there's really one simple reason for that, and it is your tax return. To give you a quick example, if you took $10,000 that you had saved for your down payment and just put it into a savings account or an investment tool, you might earn a little interest on that. If you took that same $10,000, put it in an investment tool under the RRSP plan, you're going to get a tax return of approximately $4,000 on that $10,000, depending on your tax bracket. Now you have saved up $14,000 for your home instead of the $10,000 you originally had. So when you're saving for a down payment, this is the quickest way to get there.
Fantastic. So what are the limits of contribution that people can put into their RRSP and use to take out to buy a home?
So right now the government program has maxed out at $25,000, but that is per person that's buying the home. So if you're buying the home with someone else, you have the option to withdraw up to $50,000 combined from your RRSP, which is a very substantial down payment to get you started.
Okay, so if someone doesn't have that cash available to them, how could they use an RRSP loan? How does that process work to get the down payment together?
Yeah, RRSP loans are a fantastic way to get started if you don't have that savings in hand right now. All you need to do is go into any financial institution, give your mortgage specialist a call. We will do an RRSP loan, put that contribution towards your RRSP, and one of the great benefits of that is, again, if we're talking about $10,000, when you get your tax return of $4,000, you can put that right against the loan. You've almost got the loan 50% paid off. Hopefully then you can do a short amortization of maybe 6 months to a year for the remainder of the loan, and you'll be house shopping within your year.
Perfect. Now, the tax refund and so on, or the money has to be into the RRSP prior to end of February, I think, right? Isn't that the date?
Absolutely. So if you're looking at using it for last year's tax season, so for 2009, you have till January, the end of February, and you can still put that back in last year's taxes. Please note, though, that your RRSP does have to be in the account for 90 days before the government will allow the withdrawal for the down payment.
Perfect. So if someone is looking to find out how much RRSP contribution they have, they would go to their Notice of Assessment from Revenue Canada.
Absolutely.
That they got with their tax refund, let's say last spring. In the very bottom right, it'll let them know what their allowable contribution limit is. And the fantastic thing about that is then they can contribute up to $25,000. And as Stephanie just said, if you start today, let's say you want to buy a home next spring or summer, get your RRSP loan now. Don't wait until towards the end of February like most people do. Get the loan now and start paying it off on a monthly basis. And then by the time next spring or summer comes along, you've A, got your tax refund back by then, and B, you've already paid off a substantial portion of that loan. So
Absolutely.
Now that you've got real money in your hand that you created out of zero for a down payment and so on. So I think we've covered it all. Do you have any other comments on that?
No, I would just say, again, talk to your mortgage specialist and have a look at that notice of assessment before you go into the bank, because we cannot tell you how much room you have left. So that's a really good thing to have in hand when you show up.
Great. So the best thing and best advice now is get started right away. Don't hesitate. If you're planning to buy a home in the next 6 months, 12 months, whatever the case might be, get this process going. So again, my name is Thomas Cook, and thanks very much for tuning in to today's Real Estate Minute.